Rain poured down on the small town of Blackwood, washing away the last traces of sunlight. Inside an old mansion on the hill, laughter echoed, cruel, careless laughter. They thought she was gone. They thought she was too weak to ever return. But Evelyn Hart was very much alive. 5 years earlier, Evelyn had been the most promising employee at Blackwood Enterprises. She had ideas, integrity, and ambition, but she also had enemies, especially Victoria Blackwood, the CEO's daughter, who couldn't stand sharing the spotlight. When a financial scandal hit the company, Victoria pinned it on Evelyn. Within days, Evelyn lost everything: her job, her reputation, even her fiancé, who sided with Victoria to save his career. Everyone turned against her. No one believed her innocence. Evelyn disappeared, her name ruined, her life shattered. But pain has a way of hardening people, and Evelyn had learned that silence could be more powerful than screaming, especially when it was followed by action. 5 years later, Evelyn returned, not as the timid, loyal assistant everyone remembered, but as Eva Hale, a wealthy investor from London. Her transformation was complete: sleek black hair, sharp suits, an accent so polished that no one recognized her. Blackwood Enterprises was struggling now, buried in debt and whispers of corruption. The perfect moment to strike. Evelyn's plan was simple but deadly. She would buy the company piece by piece, using shell corporations and hidden accounts. Once she held control, she would destroy those who had destroyed her, not with bullets or blood, but with signatures and silence. Her first step was charming the board. Her intelligence and cold charm made her unforgettable. Within months, she became the company's biggest investor. Even Victoria admired her, or rather, the woman she thought Eva was. But Evelyn wasn't after admiration. She was after everything Victoria loved. The first to fall was Marcus, Evelyn's former fiancé. Now a desperate executive clawing to stay relevant. Evelyn offered him a business partnership, and watched as he eagerly accepted, blinded by greed. She made him sign papers that shifted liability for Blackwood's debts directly to him. When the bankruptcy hit, Marcus lost his house, his position, and his dignity. He never even knew who had set the trap. Next was the CFO, the man who had forged the documents to frame her. Evelyn exposed his offshore accounts to the press through an anonymous leak. He was arrested within a week. Each move was clean, quiet, and merciless. And then came Victoria. Victoria Blackwood still believed she was untouchable, still throwing lavish parties in the mansion where she'd once humiliated Evelyn. So when Eva Hale received an invitation to one of those parties, she smiled. That night, Evelyn wore a crimson dress, bold, confident, dangerous. The same color Victoria had worn the day she ruined Evelyn's life. The mansion was just as she remembered, grand, cold, full of false smiles. Evelyn walked through it like a ghost returned for vengeance. Victoria greeted her with a glass of champagne. "Eva, so glad you could make it. You're the talk of the town." Evelyn's lips curved into a faint smile. "I imagine I am." As the night went on, Evelyn revealed her final play. The company was bankrupt, and Victoria's personal accounts were tied to it. Every property, every asset, even the mansion they stood in, all legally transferred to Eva Hale. When Victoria realized what had happened, her smile vanished. "What have you done?" she demanded. Evelyn stepped closer, her voice calm, almost kind. "What you taught me to do. Survive." Victoria's face turned pale. "You can't." "Oh, I can. And I did. The only difference is, I didn't need to lie to do it." Evelyn turned and walked away, leaving Victoria standing in the ruins of her empire. Behind her, the guests whispered as the truth spread, their queen dethroned by her own greed. Outside, thunder cracked across the sky. Evelyn paused at the edge of the driveway, glancing back at the mansion. Flames had begun to rise, Victoria's desperate attempt to erase her shame. Evelyn watched in silence, the fire reflecting in her eyes. She didn't call for help. She didn't look away. She had already buried this place once before, now it was burning for good. When the authorities arrived, the mansion was nothing but ash. Victoria was gone, along with every trace of the Blackwood name. Evelyn Hart, or rather, Eva Hale, disappeared once again. But this time, she left behind no broken heart, no tears, no weakness. Only a legend. In the business world, people whispered about the mysterious investor who rose from nowhere and toppled an empire. No one knew her real name. But Evelyn did, and for the first time in years, she smiled, not with joy, but with peace. Because revenge, when done light, isn't about rage. It's about balance.